down in reclined butterfly pose. So laying flat on your back, soles of the feet come to touch, and then you'll pull the heels as close as you want toward your seat. The closer they come, the more of a butterfly shape you'll create, but if you want to press the heels toward the top of the mat, you can have a wider diamond shape. Just whatever's comfortable. This pose is supposed to be completely relaxing, no pain, no strain. Kind of roll your shoulder blades, the scapula underneath you so the upper back feels nice and flat on the floor. The arms can rest just alongside the hips, or you can place the hands on top of your stomach. Let the eyes close, and we'll take just a few moments here to settle in before we get moving. So coming into our breath, as always, laying the foundation of our flow here. Take a big breath in through your nose. If your hands are on your stomach, you'll feel the belly inflate towards the sky. And then take a full breath out. You can sigh out the mouth for a big sigh of relief, a big release. And then again, we'll take a deep inhale. See if you can feel a little longer, a little fuller than the first one. And again, a big deep release. Just expel all of the air, every last little bit of it. Big breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top of the breath. Seal the lips and exhale out the nose. So coming into that yogic breath, that victorious breath to build some heat, especially if the heater's broken in your house. This will really help. Let's take one more breath in through the nose. Try to keep the lips sealed as you exhale. And you can keep the eyes closed if you want. We have a couple more moments down on our backs. Close the knees. Pull the knees into your chest. Take a couple rocks side to side, back and forth, really grounding the whole length of your back down into the mat. And then when you feel good and grounded, kick your feet up to the ceiling. So you don't need to fully extend your legs. There can be a little bend there. Engage the feet, a little flex or a point. And then start to just bend and straighten the legs. Kind of feel a little childish, a little silly, but I think we have a lot to gain from feeling silly a little bit every day. So bending and straightening is just waking up the legs. Really simple movement. And then hug the knees back into your chest. So again, ground down through the whole of the back. Press the middle back down if you feel any arch there. Engage the core. We're taking a quick little core exercise. Extend both legs long. The higher you hold the heels, the easier it'll be to keep the middle back flat. For more challenge, lower the heels down. Take a breath, holding them there. Hands can go wherever you want. On your exhale, pull your right knee into your chest. Keep lifting through the left heel. Switch it out. Pull the left knee in. Extend the right. Switch it out. Keep the heels lifted. Back is flat. Just switching them for 4. Little bit more for 3. Last 2. On 1, pull the right knee into your chest. Left leg is extended and drop the left heel to the floor. So relax the left leg. Squeeze the right knee into your chest. Start to pull it open toward your armpit. Now stay right here. This feels good. Or if you want to take it deeper, you can grab the inside or outside edge of your foot to take a half happy baby. So if you're opening to a 90-degree angle on that leg, take your left hand and just press it onto the left hip to remind that side of the body to stay grounded into the mat. So however deep you took it, let's stay for a breath in. Hold it for the full breath out. And then release any bind that you have. Kick the right leg long. Pull your left knee into the chest. Relax through the right leg. Let it just hang down on the floor. Squeeze the left knee into the chest. You can use both hands to pull it in. Start to pull the knee toward the armpit. Flex your left foot here. Can stay with a deep bend through that leg. Or take a half happy baby, kicking your left heel to the ceiling, grabbing for the inside or outside edge of the foot. Maybe you grab the ankle or the back of your thigh even. Right hand to the hip. Keep pressing that hip down into the mat. Take one breath in. And take a full breath out. Start to release that leg. Pull both knees into your chest. Give them a good squeeze. Plant your feet down on the mat so your heels are pulling in close to your seat. We're going to take an early bridge pose. So we'll take 2 bridges. They'll be short. The point of these is to wake up and engage the legs and the glutes, open up the front body, and we're not really seeking a deep back bend here. Arms just rest alongside the hips. On your breath in, press through the heels, the shoulders, lift your hip bones up to the sky. Stay here all the way through that inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the hips back down to the floor. Reach your arms overhead so your arms frame the ears. Backs of the hands can just rest on the ground. And then again on your inhale, bridge pose with the arms reaching long. Lift the hip bones to the sky. Hold it all the way through the breath in. And then release the hips on the breath out. Pull the knees into the chest. Couple rocks and rolls all the way up to a seat. Just sit. Easy, comfortable seat, crisscross, applesauce, whatever feels good. Take a breath in, reach your arms up overhead. On your breath out, drop your left fingertips down to the floor next to your left hip. Reach up and over with the right hand for a big side stretch from the right hip through the fingertips. On your inhale, come up through center, reach both arms high. On the breath out, left hand grabs the top of your right knee, cactus the right arm, and pull your elbow behind you to open the chest up to the right side of your mat. Inhale, come back to center. Keep your left hand on the knee. Exhale, reach up and over with the right arm. Side stretch just like before with the crossed arm. Inhale, reach tall through the right fingertips. Cactus the arm. Exhale, pull your elbow behind you. Open the chest to the right side. Maybe you look back to your right thumb. Okay, inhale, both hands to the sky. Chest is square to the front. We'll take it on the other side. Drop your right hand to the floor as you exhale, reach up and over with the left. Keep your left butt cheek grounded. Inhale, both arms reach up overhead. Right hand to the left knee. Cactus the left arm. Pull the elbow behind you. Maybe your gaze looks back as well for that full spinal twist. Inhale, come back to center. Right hand stays on the knee. Exhale, side stretch up and over. Look up if you want. Inhale, get tall from the seat through the left fingertips. Cactus the arm. Exhale, open twist. Pull the left elbow behind you. Let the gaze follow. All right, inhale. Both arms reach up overhead. And then as you exhale, plant the hands and just step right back into your downward facing dog. So you can take as many moves as you want to reach the pose. There are no rules. You can always move as much or as little as you'd like. And find a comfortable down dog. Feet are hip width apart. Hands are in line with the shoulders. They can come a little wider. That feels good for you, but hands with the shoulders will make our transitions easier. So walk it out for just a second, bending and straightening into the legs. And then come into stillness. Equalize the weight beneath your palms. On the breath in, kick your right heel up to the sky, flex or point your foot. On the breath out, bend the knee and fan your hip open. So here's our down dog hip opener, one of the poses that link all of our classes. Try to pull your right knee up toward the ceiling. On your breath in, lift up your left heel. Super slowly as you exhale, pull your right knee around. Try to pull it toward your left shoulder or left elbow. Hold it here. Pull it toward your nose. Thigh toward the chest. Now pull your right knee over to your right elbow or shoulder. And then plant your right foot outside of your right pinky. So we're coming into a lizard lunge. Try to keep an active lizard with the left knee lifted here. A little bit of a narrow lizard compared to what we normally do. So have your right foot on the inside space of your mat. So it's not outside the edges of the mat, it's right on the inside. Ground down through your left palm. Inhale, reach your right fingertips to the sky. Take a big heart opener toward the right side of the room. And then as you exhale, drop your right hand back onto the mat on the instep of your right foot. Drop your left knee to the floor. And then on your inhale, you're gonna peel your left fingertips up to the sky. So we're coming into our modified extended side angle, which we did last week if you were there. You can keep your left foot pointed toward the back of the mat or kickstand it out at an angle to support the back side and kind of open the left hip. So you have a lot of options here. Left fingertips stretch to the sky. You can always stick a block underneath the right hand to add a little extra lift and lengthen to the right side. Let's take another breath in, reach a little taller, try to open the heart even deeper. And then on the breath out, left hand comes back down to the floor. Tuck your left toes under, back of the mat, lift your left knee up. Take a breath in, start to press through the palms. On your exhale, step your right foot back to a high plank. So we're not here long. Nice tight body. Stay for the breath in. Puff the space between your shoulder blades. On your exhale, take a deep bend in your knees. So you kind of crouch toward the back of your mat. Your chest pulls toward the quads. Your seat falls toward your heels. And then extend your legs. And we meet right in our downward facing dog. Stay for a full breath in. Find a nice stretch as you exhale. Press into the palms. Inhale, kick your left heel to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, fan the hip open. Hold here for a second to really relish in the stretch. Try to pull your left knee a little bit higher. On your inhale, lift up onto the right toes. Slowly, slowly, slowly sweep your left knee all the way around, forward and across the body toward your right elbow. Hold it. Little strength work. Pull it, knee toward your nose. Try to use the core. Lift the thigh toward the chest. Pull your knee toward the left arm. And then plant your foot outside the left pinky. Nice job. That core control work is really, really beneficial in the long run. So try to stick with it there. So coming into our lizard, knife edge of your left foot is right on the inside of the mat. Ground into your right palm. Inhale, peel the heart open toward the left side. Reach the left fingertips to the sky. Let the gaze follow if it doesn't hurt your neck. Another breath in. On exhale, replant left hand right on the inside of your left foot. Drop the right knee down. The inhale is the opening. Pull your right fingertips to the sky. Your choice with the right leg. You can keep it as is, or you can kickstand the foot behind you, opening the right hip a little bit. It's kind of whatever stretch feels good, so explore that. Look up if you can. Take a big breath in. Exhale, drop right hand to the floor. Retuck right toes back of the mat. Lift up the right knee. Take a breath in. Press into the palms. Exhale, step your left foot back, high plank. Stay here, one full breath in. Stay for the whole breath, don't cheat it. On your exhale, big bend into the knees. Press your hips toward the back of the mat, and then extend the legs downward facing dog. Nice job. Stay here, big breath in. Even bigger breath out. Try to press the armpits toward the mat. All right, kind of building off of this. Pressing into the palms. Inhale, kick your right heel to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, fan the hips open wide. Inhale, lift up the left heel. Slowly, slowly, slowly sweep the knee to your nose. Pull the quad toward your chest. Holding steady through the arms, the core. Pull your right knee toward your right elbow. And then drop your right foot outside of the right pinky. So again, coming into our lizard, a little narrow, foot's on the inside, boundaries of the mat. So ground down through your right palm here. We're to come right open into a full extended side angle. So the left heel spirals down to the mat. As you pull the left fingertips up to the sky, the chest and hips start to rotate open to the left side of the mat. This feels really, really deep. If it feels uncomfortable at all, try sticking your block or whatever support you have underneath the right hand and see how that feels. Again, a little bit of lift will help to open up the right side body. Let's stay for a breath in. Keep a nice deep lunge in the right leg as you exhale. Now, everything stays the same. Look down toward your right toes. Look now toward the top of your mat. Get really light on your left foot. We're gonna launch right into our classic half moon pose. So On the inhale, woo, all the weight shifts into the right leg. Left heel kicks up to the sky. Really, really active and strong through the left leg. This will help you stay balanced and steady. If you use the block, you can always travel it forward underneath the right hand. One more breath in. As you exhale, left hand comes down to the floor. Square the hips down. We'll find grounded airplane. So hips are square. We're not looking for a full crazy standing split. We're keeping the chest lifted. Come up onto your fingertips. That'll lift the chest a little more. Take a breath in. Press the crown of the head forward. Kick your left heel back. On your exhale, curl and round. Pull your left knee toward your nose. Puff up through the spine. And then again, kick your heel out. Get long from the head through the heel. And then we'll find forward fold at the top of the mat. Drop your left foot to meet the right. Heel toe the feet wide, hip width distance. Add a huge bend into your knees. We're coming into a ragdoll variation. So upper half of the body falls over the legs. Big bend will allow the chest to gently meet the top of your thighs. Now take the arms, sweep them up by your hips, just like they were in airplane pose. Let the palms face one another, as if your pinkies were gonna fall over behind you. Take a breath in here. Active arms, everything else is stretching and relaxing as you exhale. Squat really low through the knees. Inhales, chair pose. Sweep your arms up by your ears. Use that momentum, that movement to lift the chest. Take a breath in. On your exhale, squat super, super low. Bend the elbows so they tap the top of your knees. And then come all the way to stand high mountain pose on the breath in. Heel toe your feet so they're right beneath your hips or even a little closer. Take a breath in. And a full breath out, ground down through the heels. Right leg becomes our base. On your inhale, find a staff pose. Bend the knee, the left knee, pull it up toward your chest, flex your left foot. So simple balance builds a great foundation for the crazy balance later. Take a breath in. Everything stays the same, but open arm twist to the left. Sweep your left hand behind you, taking a twist in the upper body. Next inhale brings you back to center. We're almost there. Super, super slow. On your exhale, we're gonna move through warrior 3. We're not holding it, we're passing through. So you wanna take it really slow to find the pose as we're moving, reaching forward through the fingertips, kicking back through the left heel, and then drop your fingertips back to the floor beneath your shoulders. We reconvene in grounded airplane. So take a breath in, try to lift the chest a little higher. Exhale, pull your knee and nose together beneath you. Inhale, kick your leg long behind you. Bend into the right knee as you exhale. Left toes drop to the floor. Back of the mat, find a low lunge. Activate both legs. Squeeze the inner leg line together. Next inhale, sweep up, high lunge, arms pull up by your ears, lifting the chest. Bend the elbows, clasp the fingers right at the nape of your neck. Let the weight of your head fall into the hands to take a little heart opener, little or big. Elbows stay wide open. Press down through the feet, that'll help you stay balanced. Squeeze the inner leg lines, that'll help. All right, inhale, back up to your high lunge. Start to straighten into the right leg. Keep your left heel lifted as you slowly swan dive over your right leg, coming into a modified pyramid pose. So lifting up through the left heel will create more space so you don't kill that hamstring on the back leg. Pop up onto your fingertips. Inhale, try to pull the heart forward. Welcome a bend in the right knee if you'd like. Exhale, try to melt the chest over the front leg. And then again, inhale, lift up the chest, just like a half lift. Try to pull the heart forward. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Plant the palms. Take a breath in, try to press the ground away. Exhale, step into your high plank. Hold your high plank for the breath in. Nice, tight, long body. Exhale, bend the knees, send your hips toward your heels. Press the ground away through the hands and then extend the legs, downward facing dog. Stay here, take a breath in. Big, deep breath out. Let's do it all again on the left side. So pressing into the hands. Inhale, kick your left heel to the sky, nice and tall. Exhale, bend the knee, fan the hip open as wide as you can. Our hips are getting really open during this class. Lift up the right heel. Slowly, 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 with as much control as you can, pull your left knee toward your nose. Use the core to control that movement. Pull your left knee toward your left arm, and then plant your left foot outside of your left pinky. So that transition, you can take multiple steps if you'd like, no rules, remember. Plant your left palm down on the ground. On your next breath in, we're spiraling right open to extended side angle. Your right heel falls onto the mat. So the whole of the right foot is grounded. You can press into the knife edge of the right foot. Remember your block as a tool. Or Allie, if you have your can of beans, you can put that under your left hand for a little extra lift. So stay really low through the left knee. It's going to challenge the quad. Stretching and strengthening. Use the backside of your left arm to keep the left knee open and in line with your toes. Let's take one more breath in. Look down as you exhale. Prepare to fly into half moon, light on the right foot. Next inhale, you're going to launch forward, all the weight into your left foot. Changing up our half moon transitions here. So if that feels tricky, that's good. Try to point your right toes to the sky. Flex your right foot as hard as you can. That'll keep an active right leg. Help with balance. If you have your left hand grounded, shift some of the weight forward in your left foot so you can bring some weight and some balance into that arm. Use it as a tool. Let's take one more breath in. As you exhale, right hand drops down to the floor. Close off the hips, keep your right heel lifted for a grounded airplane. Hop up onto your fingertips. On your inhale, lengthen heel through the head. Exhale, slow crunch, knee to nose. Try to make the connection. If it's not there, no stress. Inhale, re-extend, re-lengthen. And then forward fold, drop your right foot down at the top of your mat. So heel toe to feet. Hip width distance, again for our ragdoll variation. Big bend through the legs. Chest melts down on top of the quads. Fly your arms up toward the hips and then right back up over the shoulders, if you know what I mean. Almost like we're going to clasp our hands behind our back. Keep them apart. Flex the fingers, palms face one another. Take a breath in. Try to let the crown of the head drop another inch as you exhale. Big bend into the knees. Inhale, chair pose. Sit low in the hips. Pull the fingertips up as high as you can. Keep the core engaged. Take a breath in to settle. Exhale, super, super, super low chair. Tap elbows to knees. And then high mountain pose on your inhale. Come all the way up to standing. Feet come back together beneath you. Hips distance or even closer if you'd like. All right, grounding down through the left leg this time. Inhale, staff pose, right knee pulls into your chest. Active through both legs. Inner thighs squeeze together. That's such a key to a lot of these balance poses. Take a breath in. On your exhale, open arm twist to the right. Let the movement come only from the upper body. Hips and legs are the same. Inhale back to center. Re-square the chest and arms. Okay, so as slowly as you can, we're coming through warrior three. So we're making a T with the body. We're teeter-tottering, reaching the fingertips forward, heel kicks back, and then eventually let the hands come down to the mat, coming back to our grounded airplane. So pull the right hip down to meet the left. All of your right toes point toward the ground. Inhale to extend through the lifted part of our bodies. Exhale, crunch, knee to nose beneath you. Inhale, find the extension, kick your foot back. Bend into the left knee. Exhale, drop your right toes to the back of the mat. Low lunge. Press down through both feet. Tighten your core. Inhale, sweep the arms up. High lunge. Stay as steady as you can through the low body. Bend the elbows. Clasp the fingertips together at the nape of your neck. Let the weight of the head fall into your hands. Just depending on how stable and comfortable you feel, you can take the back bend deeper, lifting the heart open to the sky. Just go with what feels comfortable for you. And then on your inhale, high lunge, fingertips reach up, straighten through the left leg, right heel is lifted in a stiletto, slow swan dive over the left leg for our modified pyramid. So stay on your fingertips, even if you can go really deep, it's gonna help you keep control and keep length through the spine. On your inhale, lift up halfway, pull the chest forward. Exhale, melt over your extended leg. And then again, inhale, lift up halfway, try to lengthen through the low back. On your exhale, bend into the left knee. Plant your palms down. Inhale, start to press into the hands, puff the spine to the sky, and then step your left foot back. Losing my headphone. High plank. You know what we're doing here. Take a breath in, stay strong. Bend the knees as you exhale, send your hips all the way back toward your heels, and then extend the legs into our downward facing dog. Take a full breath in here, and a full breath out. All right, so you might hate me for this, but we have time to flow through that breath to movement. It's not gonna be fast, but while we're flowing, don't stress about the poses being perfect. Just try to stay in the right rhythm, continuing to control your breath as you're moving. So press into the palms. Inhale, extend your right heel to the sky. Exhale, bend your right knee, fan the hip open. Inhale, lift up the left heel, pull your right knee all the way to the right tricep. Drop your right foot outside of the right pinky. Plant the right palm on your breath in. Drop your left heel as you open into extended side angle. Left fingers to the sky. We'll stay for the exhale. Use the breath out to prepare for half moon. On the inhale, look forward. Launch into your half moon. One big, long, slow breath in. Use the exhale to close the hips. Drop the left hand for a grounded airplane. On the inhale, lift the chest a little higher. Kick the heel back. Exhale, tap your knee to your nose beneath you. Inhale, kick the heel back. Exhale, forward fold. We'll skip our variation here. Bend into the knees. Inhale, right into chair pose. Sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, low squat, tap elbows to knees. Inhales, high mountain pose. And we take the exhale as a rest. Right leg is the base. Inhale, staff pose, left knee lifts. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale is staff pose. Exhale through your warrior three. Doesn't have to be as slow of a transition. Let the hands come down beneath the shoulders. Use the inhale, grounded airplane. Lift the chest, lift the heel. Exhale, tap knee to nose beneath you. Inhale, re-extend the left heel. Exhale, low lunge, left toes to the back of the mat. Press into the feet. Inhales, high lunge. Bend the elbows as you exhale, tiny back bend. Inhales, high lunge, almost there. Straighten into the right leg. Exhale, swan dive, modified pyramid. Chest falls over the right leg, left heel is lifted. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend into your right knee, plant the palms, take a breath in. Exhale, step back to your high plank. Hold your plank for the breath in. And then exhale, send your hips right up and back, downward facing dog. Nice job. So slow and steady. Try to commit to the rhythm. And again, don't stress about the poses, right? You're not looking for them to be perfect. We're just looking for them to feel good. So press into the base of your palms. Inhale, kick your left heel high. Exhale, bend the knee, fan the hip open. Inhale, lift your Right heel up off the floor. Sweep your left knee to your tricep. Drop your left foot down outside of your left hand. Root through your left palm. Inhale is extended side angle. Right heel spirals down as you pull fingertips to the sky. Use the exhale to prepare, looking down and look forward. Inhale is half moon. Just here for the inhale. If you stumble out of it, don't worry. Exhale, close the hips, right fingertips to the floor. Lift up the chest as you inhale, lift up the heel, grounded airplane. Exhale, curl and round, knee to nose beneath you. Inhale, re-extend, lengthen. Exhales, forward fold, top of your mat. Bend into the knees. Inhale, chair pose, lift the chest. Super low squat as you exhale, tap elbows to the top of your knees. Inhale, high mountain pose. Exhale, take rest, center the feet beneath you. Left leg is the base. Inhale, lift your right knee into your chest. Open arm twist to the right as you breathe out. Inhale, arms come up and forward, staff pose. Super controlled. Exhale through warrior three, getting as long through the body as you can before releasing fingertips to the floor. Inhale, kick through the back heel, lift the chest. Exhale, low lunge. Right foot plants back of the mat. Inhale, high lunge. Come all the way up. Bend the elbows. Exhale, little back bend. Doesn't need to be crazy. Inhale, high lunge. Almost there. Extend through the left leg. Lift the right heel. Slow swan dive on the breath out. Modified pyramid. Feel it through the left hamstring. Halfway lift on the inhale. Bend into the left leg. Low lunge. As you exhale, palms plant. Take a breath in. Exhale, step back. High plank. This is the last high plank. Stay strong. Breathe in. And then just roll right back in to down dog as you exhale. Nice job. Little breath to movement reminds us how the poses feel. But it's not too tough because we just pass right through most of them. So let's start to get stretchy. Press into the palms. Inhale, kick your right heel to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, fan your hip open. Inhale, lift up the left heel. Sweep your right knee all the way toward the right arm. Lizard lunge, plant your right foot outside the right pinky. It can be as big of a lizard as you want. Take a couple circles over the wrists. Feel a little wrist stretch there. You can kind of just pulse back and forth. A little bit of movement to help open up the left hip flexor. And then we'll find stillness, planting the left palm. Inhale, reach the right fingertips to the sky. So hold here. Start to walk your right foot to the center of the right long edge of your mat. So we're kind of coming into a supported high plank. I promise it should feel not super strenuous. Press into the right foot. You're on the knife edge of the left. Reach the right fingertips tall. Breathe in. If you can, as you exhale, you can kind of drop your left hip down toward the mat, almost like you're sitting down. And then take the inhale to lift the hips back up. Reach the right arm up and over for a deep side bend. And then we're slowly gonna come down to a seat facing the back of the mat. You can drop your hips where they are. Keep the cross of your legs. You kind of scooch your hips back to the center of the mat. So right foot is crossed to the other side of the left thigh. You can try to ground your right foot, but if you ground that foot and you feel your right butt come up off the ground, it's okay to keep the foot off the ground to have the seat rooted. So find the cross. Right hand, fingertips or palm plants right behind your hips. Inhale, reach your left fingertips to the sky. On the exhale, pull your left elbow to press into the right knee. Chest is twisting open to the right. So use the tension between your left elbow and the knee to take the twist deeper, pressing them together. Maybe you look over the right shoulder. Take a breath here. Release the gaze forward before releasing the whole body. Uncross the legs. Right leg is long alongside the left. Bend the knees, pull them up into your chest. So we're taking boat pose. My recommendation is to try boat with our modification just to feel it out, but of course you can take a full boat as you'd like. So, and I know you're not looking at the screen, but it will make sense. So knees pull into your chest, lift up the heels, so tiny little bit of weight beneath the toes. Now lift up the heels, legs come to 90, take the palms to grab behind the thighs, and you can use a little manual help, the strength of your arms, to pull the chest and the thighs together. So we're aiming to sit up really, really tall through the crown of the head. This is kind of a drill to find the balance point on your seat. So we're just gonna hold it here. If you have your hands on the back of the thighs and you wanna take it deeper, you can straighten the legs for that boat variation. This isn't, if you want something crazy hard, reach your arms up overhead for full boat. But wherever you are, again, I recommend the modification, hands to the legs. Let's take 2 full breath cycles. Keep sitting really, really tall and proper. Chest is lifted, back is straight. Last breath in. And then on your exhale, drop your feet back down to the floor. Roll down onto your back, reach your arms overhead. Let's take a plow pose. Just kick your feet up overhead, extending the legs. Can feel kind of playful. Doesn't have to be really active. It can kind of feel like you're flopping around. And then we're gonna transition from here into down dog. So any way you wanna get there, you can just kind of roll into it. Take as many steps as you'd like. But we will meet in our downward facing dog, facing the opposite direction. So our hands are at the back of the mat, our feet are where our hands start at the beginning of the mat. You know what I mean? All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So pressing into the palms, inhale your left heel to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, fan your hip open. Inhale, lift up your right heel, reach your left knee to your left arm, and then plant your left foot outside the left pinky for your lizard lunge. So again, nice stretchy lizard. It can be as wide as you want. Your foot can be anywhere, inside, outside the mat. Take a couple circles with the shoulders over the wrists. Pulse back and forth, just playing around with a little bit of motion. And then come into stillness. Root through your right palm. Inhale, reach your left hand to the sky. Start to walk your left foot to the middle of that left long edge. Rolling onto the knife edge of the right foot. Reach up through the left fingertips, inhale. If it felt okay on the other side, try here. Exhaling, dropping the hips down toward the mat. You'll feel a little side stretch on the right hip. Inhale, reach up and over, lift the hips, lift the left fingers up overhead for the full side stretch. And then nice and slow, let's come all the way down to a seat. Chest and hips will swivel forward. Keep the cross of the legs, left leg crosses over the right. So again, the foot's grounded, we want the seat grounded. If the foot's not grounded, we still want the seat grounded. So anything goes there. Left fingertips, base of the spine, really close to your hips, like we're gonna swivel around a spigot. Reach your right fingers to the sky as you breathe in. On the exhale, right elbow meets the top of the left thigh. Create some tension there to twist the chest open. Look back over the left shoulder if you can. Big breath in. Look forward as you exhale and then release the whole twist. Release the cross of the legs. We're gonna meet in down dog, skipping our boat pose. Just roll over the feet. Step back, downward facing dog. Pressing into the hands. Inhale, kick your right heel to the sky. Just a regular 3-leg dog. And then slowly as you exhale, we'll come into half pigeon. So making a figure 7 with the legs here. Flex your right foot a lot. So protect the knee joint. So we want our left leg to be long, relaxed, inactive behind us. So you're in your half pigeon. We're familiar with this pose. If your right hip is sinking down to the floor and you feel the left hip opening to the side, take your block, a pillow, something, stick it underneath the right hip to keep them square. You can start to melt forward, coming down onto the forearms. If you'd like to kind of change it up and add a little something different, you can take your right arm, thread it underneath your left arm to add a shoulder stretch into the pose. So you can take the pose really deep, the chest coming down toward the floor. Maybe try that out. Again, threading right arm underneath the left. And just relax here. Reminding yourself to try to control the breath. Slow inhales, slow exhales. You don't really have to think about anything else. And we'll carefully start to come out of the pose, pressing into the palms, start to lift the chest. Left toes tuck under, and any way you'd like, just carefully travel back to down dog. We can match this on our left side. So when you're there, pressing into the hands, lift your left heel to the sky as high as you can, keeping the hips square. And then slow and steady, coming into our left side, half pigeon. Not stressing about finding a parallel left shin with the top of your mat. You can keep your heel as far underneath your seat as you'd like. Check in with the hips though. We want our right hip square down with the mat, so that might mean sticking a little support underneath your left butt cheek. Right leg is long and relaxed. Top of the right foot is pressing down into the mat. And start to settle into your half pigeon. You can always stay pressing into the hands, keeping the chest lifted, or come down onto the forearms. You can stick a block under the forearms. There are a million options. You don't even have to do the pose at all if you don't want. If you're in half pigeon and you want to take it a step further, cross your left arm underneath your chest, underneath the right arm. And the weight of your chest will just add a pretty gentle stretch on the outer line of your shoulder. Take just a few breaths here. Resting, relaxing, trying to give the mind a break. So again, focusing on the breath. See if you can follow the inhale all the way down the throat, through the lungs, to your hips, and then back out. Sending the breath where you want to find the stretch. Let's start to walk ourselves out of the pose. Use the palms to lift the chest. Right toes tuck under. Any way you want. Step back to last downward facing dog. Hips go high. Find whatever stretch feels good here. Pressing the chest toward the quads. And then we'll look forward. Gently walk, hop, step, whatever you'd like, to a seat. Extend your legs long in front of you. Reach your arms forward like we're going to take our reverse zombie transition. Point your toes to the sky, take a breath and sit really tall. And then slowly lower all the way down to the mat. When you get down here, squeeze both knees into your chest. Extend the left leg out. Keep the right knee pulled in. Pull your right knee toward the armpit. Take a full inhale. Exhale is a supine twist. Let the leg drape across the body. Your right hip can pull up off the mat, but keep the right shoulder grounded. Not here too long. Take a full breath in. Use that inhale to expand and stretch the center body, and a full breath out. Should feel really good. Maybe that's just me because my back hurts. Come back through center. Switch it out. Left leg pulls in, right leg kicks long. Knee to chest, and then knee to armpit. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, twist. Not a lot of pull or pressure with the right hand. You can just guide the left knee over. Again, take a huge breath in. We're twisting, so it's going to be harder to get the biggest inhale. Stay for the breath out. Come back to center. Both knees hug in. We'll take our full happy baby. Our hips should be really open. Let the knees open around the chest. Kick your heels to the ceiling. So be easy on yourself. You can just grab the back of your thighs here and use that bind to pull the knees wide open. You can grab the calves, the ankles, or reach all the way for the feet. Don't stress about always taking the poses to the deepest level. You can just take a relaxing modification anytime you want. The beauty of the practice is you can always have the choice to do whatever you want. Take it deep, take it shallow, skip it, do it twice. All right, we're in happy baby. You can rock side to side if you want, giving the low back a little bit of love. Let's release the bind, any bind, let it go. Pull the knees into your chest. And then let's take our reclined butterfly. We'll just take 2 breaths here. Soles of the feet to touch, knees open wide, hips are open to the sky. Take a full breath in. Feel the belly button lift to the ceiling. And then a big sigh of relief because we're at the end. And then one more like that. Big breath in. And release. As you exhale, release control of the breath. We are finished. You can stay there if you'd like, or move on into the rest of your evening. Let me know how that felt. 3 minutes over time. It was a long class.